Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Welcome to our top travel destinations. I am your host, Kevin Flanagan. I have been editor of the weekly travel news column in the Sunday Independent and the Fine Wine and Food Guide, and I am here to use my decades of experience to help you know exactly where to stay, eat, drink, shop, and explore when visiting the world's top travel destinations. So sit back and enjoy the wonders of travel as we take off on our magical journey together. This week, we are going to visit the mountains of fire. Yes, I'm talking about Lanzarote. Yes, I'm talking about one of the great wonders of the world. Yes, I'm talking about the Montaña del Fuego, the Mountains of Fire, this extraordinary collection of extinct and non-extinct volcanoes that inhabit this part of this island. I have to say, the journey up there is remarkable, and it gives you just an intimation of what is to come. The roads, as you know, those who have visited Lanzarote, are absolutely asphalt perfect, 5-star asphalt. No wonder it's used by elite bicycle riders and recreational riders from around the world. And of course, the air is very clear and pure and thin, so you've got less oxygen and you can train harder. There are several routes up there. You can go on the Terramanasana route, there's the coastal route, and as you get closer to the volcanic area, you go on the LZ67 in the direction of Yazia, and you'll find the Equera del Camelos. This is a place where you can have a camel ride. Now, it doesn't really suit me, and I think it was slightly touristy, so we avoided that. We continued on towards the tourist facility, right at the very heart of the volcanoes, designed by that genius, Cesar Manrique, who was an internationally awarded architect from the island of Lanzarote. And as you go on the bus through these asphalt roads which wind their way through the volcanoes, you will come right at the very top to this extraordinary visitor centre where you can sit down and you can have your espresso and a bite to eat while looking out over a landscape which is the most incredible landscape I have ever seen in my life. It is the natural equivalent to Michelangelo's dome of St. Peter's in Rome. It is so profound. Dear listener, I cannot tell you what an impact this made on me. We were going and we then visited some of these incredible volcanoes which had erupted a couple of 100 years ago, turning the entire area into a volcanic wasteland. But it's not really a wasteland. That's too severe a term for it. It's a majestic spot, which for me showed how short our time is here. This reminds you of the beginning of life on Earth, where it was just a molten lava rock. And it actually gets you the sense of we're just blips in time. The Earth, when we say we're going to destroy the Earth, we're not going to destroy the Earth. Places like the Mountains of Fire show you that we'll just destroy Homo sapiens. The Earth will go on as it has done for millions of years. And when you walk among the volcanoes, I'm talking of ones like the Montana de Timofaya, the Montana Raja, the incredible Caldero del Carrizalicio, the Volcano Nuevo del Fuego, and of course El Chinero. These are huge volcanoes, some of which are still bubbling away underneath the ground. And when you do go to the visitor centre, they have a couple of tourist tricks. There's a couple of fissures in the ground just outside the actual toilets, believe it or not, the public toilets. One of the guys will get some straw and he'll put it down one of the little fissures in the ground and it will explode into flames because the temperature of the ground, there's still molten rock underneath our very feet. So you have to always check times and check conditions and check that it's safe to go. But you are in for a profound shock when you go there if you allow your imagination to really take in the wonders that you see. Now, you are allowed to walk, and we had a walk. You have to stay on designated paths. You cannot and you must not pick the lichen, which is very rare and very precious. You're not supposed to touch any of the volcanic rock because we have spores on our hands and bacteria, and they want to keep this safe site pristine and in its original condition. So I would suggest have your walk. Make sure you have your sun cream and your sun hat and sunglasses, and just walk among. And I have never heard such quietness. Yes, you can hear silence. It's extraordinary when you go right into the depths of these they're like vast whales heaving and humping around you. You can just see how they once erupted with molten rock, which built our planet. It made our original home for Homo sapiens, our species. So I stood there on the top, overlooking as the sun hit its zenith. I felt this gentle breeze touch my face. I smelt the air was a little faint sulphurous tang. I licked my lips. You can almost feel the salt on them. I felt the ground underneath my feet. There's a certain power there. And I felt the smallness of being an animal, a creature that could live and visit this extremely foreign and hostile environment, which is now asleep. And that's the abiding memory I got of a giant sleeping whale that at any time could erupt again. Because remember, Lanzarote is on one of those great areas of the earth where underneath the great subterranean powers that formed us are still murmuring away. And who knows when one day they will erupt again, and then we will really see our place. But that is my abiding memory of visiting the mountains of fire in Lanzarote, is how small and how transient we as human beings are, how we over-egg our importance and our politics and our pleasures and our pains. And when you go and visit Lanzarote and you stand amidst the mountains of fire, it will change and inform your soul.